Hey guys, my name is Sanjay and welcome to the Engineer Wannabe YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me tonight. It is good to have you here. Hopefully we'll have a good conversation. Oh man, look how crispy I am. Yikes. It's not a good look. Too crispy. This camera is incredible. Starting to really love Apple products. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I want to quickly mention a couple of things. I finally got that YouTube channel started. Um, the other one that I was talking about a couple of weeks ago, where I was gonna do another channel where it's just a safe space to talk about random stuff, potentially controversial stuff, because people don't like talking about religion and things like that. So I've been trying not to mix the two worlds here in this watch channel, but in the other channel, I can talk about random things that I think about during the day. The first one, and the reason that I finally got going on it was this past Tuesday, a friend mentioned something about being infinitely valuable. I didn't take it personally. Don't worry. Don't worry, Dip. But that got me thinking, hey, why I keep saying that, but I'm only giving half the picture, half the story there. So I got to really talk about it, because I can't find you infinitely valuable as much as I want to. As much as I want to find each and every one of you infinitely valuable, I can't do that. What does that even mean, right? From myself, like how can I do that? Anyway, so if you wanna know about that, it's in the description. I don't know how far I'll go with that channel, and I got Bobby. How's it going, sir? Good to see you.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Good, good. It's good to see you. Was just mentioning my secondary channel, Pengineer Wannabe, huh? I came up with that a while ago. Well, I didn't come up with that. I'm sure someone else came up with that, and I took it and I made the channel, but I never really did anything with it. So if I want to talk about fountain pens, I've got another source now. Uh-huh, uh-huh.
I just got a Mont Blanc a couple of weeks ago too. So
Oh yeah?
a pen. So it was a ballpoint, but
Okay. It's
yep,
still
yeah,
very cool. Ballpoint or a rollerball?
rollerball. Sorry, I shouldn't say
Okay.
ballpoint, but rollerball. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Big difference. Big.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
What's on your wrist, sir?
um, I am actually wearing this watch for the whole month, just to be. And today's day 4, I believe. But it's
Yeah.
the Doxa Sub 300 Aqualung
Yeah.
50th anniversary prototype. Great
Very
watch.
cool.
It's been a very nice wearing this little dive watch. Not
Yeah.
little, but it's been nice wearing
Yeah.
the same watch every single day so far.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
day 4 only.
So the Laureato finally got a rest.
Yeah. So right now I'm not working, so it'll be interesting to see when I start working later in the month.
Okay.
To actually wear this to work than the Laureato.
Yeah. Yeah. Significantly heavier, right? The
Yeah,
Doxa. Yeah.
yeah, significantly. Steel with the steel bracelet versus a ceramic case with a ceramic bracelet. I should
Yeah.
I'll try to find out the difference in the weights. I think this is the heaviest watch I have in my
Oh,
collection.
really?
Hmm.
Wow. Huh.
Yep.
On my wrist is the watch in question here. This is the 36 mil Longines Legend Diver. Let me show you the lug here. The impact point. I don't know if it'll catch on camera. Kind of.
Like a scratch? Is it like a ding?
It's it's like a ding.
Like a
Uh,
transverse?
you can kind of see it's not that bad.
Okay.
Really not bad at all. Very, very lucky, all things considered. Um, so what happened was my spring bar did fail, and it all happened in very slow motion. Funny how that happens, right? I was, yeah, I actually remember it in slow motion too. I was finishing up working on a car. It's a beautiful, beautiful Jaguar E-Pace. I like it better than the F-Pace.
So the I'm sorry, can you repeat that again? First of all?
Jaguar
Oh,
E-Pace.
Okay, you like it better
which
than the F-Pace?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Funny thing is I have a Jaguar E-Pace.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
Wow.
uh,
Yeah, there you go. Good
y
choice. Good
yeah, it's
choice.
I think they discontinued the E-Pace, I'm not sure, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's the slanted I like the slanted, rear, and,
yeah,
but the problem is it is the, space in the back
right.
for, cargo. That's the only thing, but we took looks over
Yeah,
functionality. We didn't have a baby at that time, so
yeah,
now it's
yeah.
like, "Oh, no." But it looks much it's a very good car to drive too.
I think
So
it looks better. I think it handles better. It's such a nice nice car. I know it's based on the I think it's based on the Evoque and the
mm,
F-Pace is based on the Velar, like the Land Rover. So the F-Pace has more tech and it's probably more powerful, but the E-Pace just feels better, I think.
mm.
It looks better too, like significantly. But yeah, finished working on the E-Pace, was putting the final floor mat in, and I remember thinking, hey, it feels like my clasp has come undone. I wonder why. So I went to go check my clasp, and as I was checking my clasp, I pulled my wrist up to snap the clasp back in, and I remember thinking, wait a second, I'm wearing a strap. There's no clasp. So as I took my wrist up, the watch flew out, and smashed on the floor really hard, fell on the crystal, and then went whoosh across the floor. Uh,
Right before that, so you were wearing a strap, right? That's the first thing,
yeah.
and you're wearing it, what bracelet is that right now? Like,
Oh, this is just a Milanese
just
bracelet.
like a after, and was the
Aftermarket.
strap like an original Longines strap, or was it a
No, no. It was this strap from Huasa is the brand. Um, Vietnamese brand, I think. So it's got alligator on the front and the back, and it's all stitched. So it's really water resistant strap. It's a very, very nice strap. But the result of that is it's incredibly thick. So even at the lugs, it's just pushing really hard against the case. So the watch head. And I'm guessing that's why it failed. Because when I put the strap on a few months ago, and I thought, wow, this looks really good. And it's the only watch I can wear it on because Longines has really long lugs, right? So I put it on and I thought this is great, but it was still really like a I had to cram it in there to get the spring bars to click. So I'm guessing over the months the pressure was kind of pushing out at it, and then when I did feel the spring bar, like yesterday when this happened, it felt a little looser and a little like wobbly, like the spring bar end was going in and out. There was play in it, which wasn't there before.
mhm,
So I'm guessing the strap was pushing against the spring bar for months on
strength?
end.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just gave out
Mm.
yesterday. Um,
So I usually ask this during, like, in my line of work, but were you recall every event when that spring bar fell off and then the watch flew, you said it flew across,
yes,
you saw every second, you can recall every second of that.
yes.
How did you feel? Like, was it in slow motion? Was it like, was
It
it just
was
immediate,
it was in
or
slow motion, and I screamed
you screamed?
like I went, "Oh no!" Thankfully, there's
Were you alone?
no,
Or
no, there were 3 other people around me, but
okay,
there was, like, a compressor on at the time,
sure.
and, there was a pressure washer going off, so no one else heard me,
Okay,
but, I was just in shock. I was like, "Surely the crystal is destroyed.
sure.
Surely the movement's destroyed." But yeah, it was a really small happening, nothing big.
Like, how much distance do you think it fell from, like, 'cause you said it flew in the air,
So the
like,
last mat I put in was the passenger rear, um, and it went under the car, to the other side, so near the driver side tire. So
okay,
not like under, but,
sure, sure.
just, outside, yeah.
Okay,
Driver side rear tire,
okay,
yeah. So fair
great,
distance.
yeah,
And,
o
no scratches on any of the watch case, so the crystal actually protected the whole watch.
okay.
And you'd think a crystal rubbing on concrete would leave, significant marks even on
Yeah,
sapphire, but it did not, thankfully.
wow, that's amazing. Like, there's
Yeah.
no scratch at all on the Sapphire,
No, no.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but I forgot to say hi to everyone in the chat, so let's do that really quick here. Bill K is here. Good to see you. Springbar obsessed. That will be me. But I will not make that mistake again. I will, yeah, I will inspect my spring bars. Kevin Hawthorne, good to see you from Lakeland, Florida. Happy birthday, sir. Happy belated birthday, I should say. Bill also wishing him a happy birthday. And Bruno, good to see you. Spring bar sermon. That's a good one. Hey, Chaz, good to see you. Justin, good to see you as well. Hey, Marcus F, how's it going? Real Master 57. Oof, beautiful watch. uh, Seiko tuna on Dan's wrist. Very nice. Um,
Dan just posted us something else. He said, "A good thing you were wearing the Elegante."
oh, yeah. I mean, absolutely. I wouldn't wear the Elegant
Yeah, of course.
to work, but I would have worn the SBGW 295, and I have multiple times this week. So I'm glad it wasn't that one. I don't think it'll deter me though, because I feel like I've rationalized it away now, and I'm like, oh, it was the strap. It was the strap. And the other straps fit really well. No issues. I doubt. I doubt we'll have that issue again. Right?
Probably not, but
Yeah.
do you wear NATOs? No, or do you just wear
No.
straps? Okay.
I mean, occasionally I get like a hankering for a NATO, but yeah, not too often. Bruno's wearing the Chase Durer Warhawk. I'm sure it is excellent. I'm not familiar with it though. Um, the king has arrived, says Justin. Oh, Wilson missed.
Well, since you're
Yeah,
sorry.
yep. All rise.
Exactly. Bend the knee.
Good to see you, Wilson. Karan is here as well, and Stefan. How's it going, Stefan? Good to see you. Colin, how's it going? Congrats on the pickup.
Oh,
Oh,
Colin got Explorer.
so cool.
Nice.
Colin, we
Congrats.
got to hear why you picked that. Um, I'm sure, I'm sure you mentioned it somewhere, but I'm looking forward to hearing why you picked an Explorer too. But so cool, so cool. Um, Bruno says, people say I'm infinitely fallible, as am I, Bruno. Chaz, matching collar trim with Mike. Oh, am I? Oh, there we go. Hey, Maz9, good to see you. Let's blow through this. Intern is here. Hey, intern.
I do have
Good
to
to see
thank
you.
the intern. He has the connections for the watch, so he had the connections.
Ah,
Intern helping out, you know,
there you go.
linking people together.
Yeah. Canadian Watch Monkey, good to see you. Juan is here. Good to see you. Let's see. Let's see. Um, yeah, this is a good thing. I can never. Colin says I never figure out why the E-Pace is. I see internal combustion engine and I-Pace is electric. Throws me off. I had that issue at first too.
I agree too, Colin. I went to the showroom and I was like, "What? Okay, that
Yeah.
I saw that one. I was like, doesn't make sense at all."
Yeah. Yep. I'm guessing there was something to do with branding. E-Pace is older, so I don't know though. Let's see. Pam 111 for Chaz.
Nice.
Underachieving watch collector. Good to see you. Yeah, there's the comment. Good thing I wasn't wearing the elegant. Desperate for changing. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. It's been a while. From Australia. There you go. Yeah. Welcome. Marcelo, good to see you. How's it going? Um, hey, Paul is here. Simon says, hey, Simon, good
Wow.
to see you.
Hong Kong, Australia. Sanjay, you got a you got an international.
Yeah.
Oh,
Simon is also from Canada, though, from
okay.
Quebec, if I'm not mistaken.
So far,
Montreal.
3 continents. Let's see if there's any other. Let's see if anybody from South America or
Yeah.
Africa.
Trying to
or
see
your
what watch is on his
I
wrist.
think
Is that a
Europe is it.
Laureato? Laureato, maybe? Hmm? Let us know what you're wearing, Simon. S9's got a Black Bay 58. Oh, Colin says because it's a Rolex.
Mhm.
That's a good.
I was going to predict that it was going to be something with the same as saying Rolex. Right.
um, Chad's asking if the intern left anything under my seat. No, no, I do have a Dr. Pepper float here though, in the chalice. But yeah, so I'm not actually going to talk too much about Springbars. Check your Springbars. That's the sermon for the day. Don't forget to check your Springbars. They will fail. um, but I was also going to chat a bit. I know we were talking a bit about this during the week, asking about Rolex. Coincidentally, um, Kevin was mentioning that the Rolex Explorer is probably one of the best suited watches for me, and it's roughly around $7,000, right? And I was thinking, like during the conversation, I was processing this, and I was thinking, there are so many watches I'd rather have for 7,000 US dollars. You know, I mean, I love the Explorer One, but there's so much you could get for $7,000, especially on the secondary market. Um, and I was trying to figure out. I'm glad you're here, Bobby. I was trying to figure out. Would you pick anything other than a Rolex at its price? So like what's a Rolex you love? A GMT Master 2?
I like most of the brands except the Skydweller.
Yeah,
I'm not in love with any of the models. I do like chronographs, so I do like the Daytona, but I do like the Day Date. I do like the plain Explorer, the Explorer One.
yeah, yeah,
I think that's the Rolex at its best. Plain dial.
yeah.
Some no case back. Good bracelet. Not like
Mm,
an excellent bracelet, but a good enough bracelet. I think an Explorer, I probably would say, is my. And I like people. I like seeing people wearing a Polar Explorer too, just because it looks nice on the wrist. A Polar Explorer a Rolex makes good white dials. So
yeah.
like the
But
White Melgauss, the white Polar Explorer, the white Daytona,
so
even
would
the
you
whites.
go with
I actually I saw the white Squidwell
yeah,
in Miami when people came here, and it was less repulsive than all the other color dial sky
really?
dwellers. Yeah, but still, I would not take it.
Yeah.
But yeah, to answer your question, maybe the Rolex. I don't know what the price is. I know the King is on the chat, so I don't know how much it costs, um, but probably around that price group, I would probably say the Explorer, just the plain 36 millimeter Explorer, probably be.
So would you consider this to be too small for you? Like, or would you rather go for the 39, which
I would go
is
probably 39
yeah,
personally. For you, I'm saying 36.
right.
Personally, for me, 7K, I wouldn't get any Rolex.
You wouldn't get
Uh,
any.
no,
Okay. Okay.
no.
So this is like the dilemma I have, right? If I had, I mean, I don't know what they go for in the secondary market. It's probably like, oh, I can see it right there, 12,000 Canadian. I mean, that's probably inflated price. But at say retail price, 7,000 US dollars. uh, there's a lot that I'd rather have.
Okay.
I
What
mean,
what's your choices though? Like what would you rather have?
so
Because that's
the thing is, there is nothing in that size, um, at that price point, right? I can't like match it spec for spec, feature for feature. But one thing that really has been drawing me to it is I can't quite remember the reference. I'm gonna guess 257. Yes, I got it. Okay, sweet. So the SPG 257 is one that has been tugging at my heartstrings for a while. This one is significantly less, or it's about the same. It's
Okay.
about that $7,000 price point. 40 millimeter dive, not diver, but GMT from Grand Seiko. Um, wears a lot better than the 40 millimeter suggests. Maybe not a lot better, but a little better.
How thick is
And
it?
it,
It looks thick too.
yeah, it's pretty thick.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's would be I mean, again, do you have anything against like first of all, what type of watch do you like proportion wise?
okay, so the thing though, so the weird thing here is that I like a simple watch.
Okay.
Generally, that looks like an everyday dress watch kind of watch,
Okay.
right? That's what I tend to gravitate towards. So the Explorer like hits that bang on, which I do love the Explorer, but just that price doesn't compute for me. And even like the secondary market price also is just like even more insane, right?
Mhm.
Um, so uh, I immediately start turning left and right, saying, okay, thinking, what would I rather have at that price? And while it doesn't hit my preference, so this doesn't hit the watch that I would normally wear day to day, right? This is something uh, it's beautiful, and I would love to wear it, but it's just not what I normally wear. It's not what I'm normally gravitating towards. But I would rather have this.
Okay.
Um, I don't know if that makes sense.
So to clarify the question though, you're like the 7K watch would be a daily watch.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So it
All
has to
my
be a
watches
daily
are daily watches,
yeah,
so yeah,
daily watches. Simple watch, you'd say,
yeah,
normally? Like, when you say simple, meaning a three-hander
yeah,
or
three-hander.
okay. Okay, so this probably you like the GS better, but you think it's a little more complicated, that
Yeah,
wouldn't be a daily watch then,
I'd
that
still wear it. I'd
you'd
still
still
wear
wear
it.
it, but not you okay, alright.
So,
Uh,
so just it's all subjective, right? Like if I were to objectively look at this, I would say the Explorer is a better overall watch for me. And I
yeah,
agree that it's the better watch for me.
I would say so
It's
too.
it's simpler, it's more my style, I guess, which is lack of style, I suppose. And it's thinner, it's more wearable, it fits me better, and it's all these pros are there, and the con is the price. But when it comes to Grand Seiko, I think what draws me a lot, especially with this watch, is the tech, right? So
Mhm,
Spring Drive, I can endlessly go on about Spring Drive, about how amazing Spring Drive is as a technology, and that would I would be talking about that with this watch. I'd be like, if anyone who lends me an ear, and my coworkers know this, because I'm like, okay, do you have a moment where I can talk to you about Spring Drive? Kind of like that, but um, so I can talk endlessly about Spring Drive. I love that tech. I love the look of this watch. Smaller dial, a bit more heft to it. It's a nice look. I like that it's loomed, all these different things. So that's
okay.
more little things. But yeah, so the tech side of me draws me towards this watch, but the sensible side of me is drawn to the Explorer. Um,
And,
and so
eh
there lies the dilemma.
well, there's another thing to think about is this is not your only watch of your collection, right?
It wouldn't be the only watch, no.
Because you have other watches, and I'm presuming
Yeah,
that you already have a spring drive watch, right?
not right now, actually.
Not right now, but you've had before.
Yeah, and
Um,
one will.
a couple other questions to ask yourself is, are you gonna use the whole of the 7K? Would you rather like, would you take a, like a 3K watch and then, or a 2.5K watch and then be happy with that if you're or do you feel like 7K is your budget that you feel like you wanna use a good 5 to 7? Because that's a different discussion altogether.
It is,
Like
yeah.
because
I
up to
think
7K or 5 to 7K, you know what I mean? Like
yeah. I think with this exercise, it would be using the whole of the 7K.
okay, okay.
Um, but if I were to go lower, I already had this watch. That's not the one. That's the one. So I think this minus that awful bun strap,
Sure,
um, was the watch that would replace the Explorer for me. And while I
okay,
had this watch, I didn't even think of the Explorer. Um, Again, I sold it to make something else happen.
sure,
I traded it in. But yeah, this watch I think was that Explorer. Forget about the Explorer kind
sure,
of deal.
sure.
So the Alpinist, and
And
that'd be like 2K, two and a half
sure,
um, $1,000.
okay.
But
And in this situation, are you trading a watch in, or are you just saying, "I'm buying this out of pocket"? Because that's another question, because then I'll have to ask you what your current watches are, um, and then go from there, you know what I mean?
yeah, well, I don't have a Rolex authorized dealer where I
Mhm,
can trade something into. So
sure.
this would have to be either a lot of work where I try to sell a watch
So
and
mhm,
then try to put some cash in to get the
sure.
Rolex, or just go cash. Like you just go money in, which would which would be kind of difficult or odious. I wouldn't
Yeah,
want to
okay.
spend $7,000 right away, but
Okay, and in this market, right? Like, for example, the good thing is you have time to sell, because I think the market's only gonna go down or plateau.
yeah,
It's not gonna go like, "Oh, I'm gonna miss my window of opportunity to
right.
buy a piece." Now, the question is, of your watches you have, what do you think you would sell then? Because that kind of, because I know you have the Planet Ocean, right?
Hmm.
Still, you have the Longines.
Yes.
And what are your main core pieces, like, I would say? That'd be the question just to ask yourself.
So I've got four pieces
Mhm. I said
waiting
you
on the
right.
Pelagos, the 39. Um,
Okay, the Pagos,
I'd axe the Pelagos if
sure.
I were to get the Explorer, right? But so I've got the Sea of Clouds, SBGW 295, which is not going anywhere. The Longines, this guy, and Planet Ocean. And the Planet Ocean isn't going anywhere either. So the SBGW 295 isn't going anywhere.
295 is what type of movement again? Just wanna make sure.
Manual wound, mechanical, just
Mechanical,
automatic,
okay.
not
Manual, right?
automatic.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
manual wound, just manual wound.
okay, okay.
Low beat.
Manualized one, okay. Alright, and you have
Um,
the ports, Sea of Clouds. I'm just
yeah,
thinking here. You have the Planet Ocean and the Longines, right?
yeah,
Okay. I'm feeling that if your manual wound Grand Seiko would probably be out of the picture. All the 3 are up for play. I guess the Planet Ocean,
except
Longines,
except the Planet Ocean. I don't
the
want to lose
Planet.
the Planet
Okay,
Ocean again.
great. So, then comes the point of, so the Longines and the Sea of Clouds, right? Those
Yeah,
2 are the possible. Um, I mean, you could sell one or both of them and then try to get a Rolex. Again, you can probably get a old Rolex Explorer, right?
right.
The I guess, guys, you guys can help me down the chat. Was 14270, whatever that is, the 36 millimeter with the old bracelet and older movement. I think that's goes under 7K pre-owned. Second, would you buy secondary
Yes,
market?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I
Um,
kind of have to. I
yeah.
mean, I
Okay.
could go somewhere and ask if they put me
Sure.
on the list, but
Sure. Sure. For the 214, whatever it is, the
yeah.
newer generation. Okay. I do think personally the Rolex 36 millimeter, and you never owned a Rolex, would be probably be a very good change of pace for you, especially since, because I'm trying to make you expand the besides Rolex and Grand Seiko, right? There are other options there are,
Omega and
and
Grand Seiko, right?
huh? Yeah,
Besides Omega and
Omega. Okay, so let's just see what the other brands are in that price range, right? I
yeah,
think three handers, simple plain watches. Now, the one I personally would say, which might be rivaling Um, your Rolex Explorer would be a IWC Mark 18 to 20, depending on what type of. I think that's a 40 millimeter watch, thin, good case,
yeah.
solid. The new one has a 5-day movement. Um, you can probably get it for, again, depending if you want a new or pre-owned, save a bit of money too along with it. I don't know if you like that type of style of a, it looks a very simple. I think I like it a lot as a another option for you besides Grand Seiko and the Rolex. I think the Rolex Explorer probably be your from your Rolex brand would be your choice. I'm not
Mm,
going to delve into the Grand Seiko option since you probably would know the ones better. IWC, the Mark 20, probably be my choice for you. Used or pre-owned probably would be a better option since you'll probably
yeah.
may save, and you might even get it, um, on a later on a bracelet if you can. I think that would be my other high up on your choices list of choices. It's it kind of is a different type of watch from your Planet Ocean and Grand
Yeah.
Seiko.
I
Um,
mean, it's a nice watch. I don't love the typeface of the Arabics.
okay.
So that kind of throws it off because it's like a significant part of the dial.
Mhm.
Um, there's the Spirit 37. I think the look of the Spirit, I know it's hard to compare those two because IWC
Sure.
is a much superior watch, but the look of the Spirit 37, I think, was more pleasing to my eye. And there's
Okay.
weirdly enough, the advertisements here are all spirits, pretty much. Um, but
Okay.
yeah, I don't love the script
Okay.
on the IWC.
Okay. That makes sense. If you don't like the script, then that should be out. I'm just thinking of other brands that you could probably get for,
Well,
under
what
7K.
I was thinking I could go. I know this is like a huge pivot, but Reverso,
Mhm.
like the burgundy dialed Reverso, I would think
Mhm.
is um, right up my alley. uh, I don't know if the size is
The size
comparable.
would fit you
Yeah.
well. Um,
Oh man, look at
I'm
that.
yeah, the burgundy. I mean, we can go through the brands. So
Yeah,
I don't think there's anything else from. I mean, there's Spitfire from the IWC, but if you don't like the font, all those are out.
yeah,
Jehu, that's a beautiful watch.
yeah.
Um,
You had the better one.
I believe I do too. I think this is more of a sunray finish. The other one is more of a enamel lacquer like look. The but it's still a very very beautiful watch.
What's
Now
your one called?
the Rouge,
Rouge.
1931 tribute. So you can see the burgundy. It's a little more blood red too. Yeah,
Oh,
you can see that.
nice.
Uh, yours is the one that you like is a burgundy.
Yeah,
But, and this is a two-hander, the other one is a small seconds. I mean, there's a lot of different. I mean, and the case is different. This is the original 1931 case,
yeah.
um, ultra thin. Um, but, I mean, if you like, I think that is right up your alley, the reverse though. Um, what do you think about that? Do you think that a burgundy would be your daily wear though? That's my question. You'd
I
be okay
would.
because because you're wearing
I,
a Longines, right?
yeah,
Which is the same color, so
yeah. I'd wear this every day. I wouldn't even apologize.
no, no, I wouldn't either. Um, Beautiful calf leather strap, um,
Oh,
and yeah,
oh.
do you know I mean, you can just double check the prices right now because I know the retail is definitely above 7K though.
Is
Uh,
it significantly above it?
oh, yeah, 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 I think
Oh,
it's
12K.
yeah, 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 that you
Oh,
wouldn't be able to get it
oh,
retail, Sanjay, sorry to burst your bubble.
my dreams.
But why don't you check, the secondary? I think it would definitely be hopefully
I think this one was going over list for a while.
yeah, but that's not it's not over list now.
Okay.
Um, that's for sure. Pretty sure.
12, 13, 12, 14. Yeah, it's up there.
This is Corona 24.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get it less than that. The only other problem with the GLC is they recently increased their prices retail on all their pieces, most of their pieces. So um, it used to be like much cheaper, not much cheaper, like 10 to 20% cheaper.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
but you can. There's other reverses you can buy though. You're stuck on the burgundy. That's my question.
yeah. I
Okay.
mean, I'm not stuck on it, but
No, no, but you prefer that one. If all the reverses out there, the burgundy small seconds.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
What do they call it? Monoface, right? Nope.
The reverser burgundy, small seconds. They probably should have.
Oh, no, Ultra Thin Rouge. That's yours. Small seconds. Mm,
You can write reverser tribute small seconds. It might help. It might be easier that way. Then you'll have all the numbers.
is that the green one? It's the green one. Maybe we can put the color red. That's your one, right? Yeah, that's your one. Well, we could go with this, right?
This,
11.
yeah,
So, like retail price. Uh, yeah. Well, you mind if we catch up with the chat real
yeah,
quick?
yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. Paul agreeing after you buy the Explorer. So many other Sunday watches.
No
Let's
bias at
see.
all from Paul.
Yeah. Good to see you, Pale Horse. Hope you're doing well. Um, Rolex White is fantastic, says Colin.
Yeah, I would agree that
Buy a pre-owned 114270 from a reputable dealer for
yeah,
around
that's
5K. Oh, hmm. That's the previous gen?
yeah,
No.
that's the number of reference on 114270. That's a 36 millimeter Rolex
Okay.
Explorer. Yeah, you could get between 5 to 6. I think you should be able to.
Okay. Wilson says 36 Explorer would be a strap monster.
It would
uh,
be. That's true too.
Paul asking a hard question. If the Explorer wasn't a Rolex, would you want it more?
I think that's a question for the chat.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. If it wasn't so if it's a Grand Seiko on the dial, would I want it more?
I would say a lot of people buy the brand too. Rolex.
Yeah.
It's a great reliable brand. It's you don't have to worry about like your money's going to be there. Um, but again, I think personally a lot of them. I wish I know the Cellini has some case backs, but I wish the case back is kind of boring for me. A lot of
Yeah.
them, but if you're just having one watch, like the Rolex Explorer is definitely top tier
Yeah.
for a daily watch. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to beat that. Dan saying he'd take a Longines Spirit and keep 5K in his pocket. Yeah.
Yeah,
Smart
that's
man.
that's another question. Like, I mean, there's like, are you using the full 7K or not? Because there's Doxas, there's so many watches out there you can use.
Yeah. For this exercise, I think.
Mhm.
I think we'd use all. Colin also making a good point. Ownership cost is way less or nothing for a Rolex. That's if Sanjay ever sells it, which you would never do such a thing. You're right, Colin. Jason is here. Good to see you. Under Tune Watch Collector says if Grand Seiko made the Explorer, Sanjay would be all over it. Maybe if it had spring drive. Then the two worlds collide, the tech and the look. I think that would be a match made in heaven. But then it'll be thick. Let's see. I'm gonna scroll down. I'm sorry if I miss anything, guys. I will reread your comments after the fact. Colin says we can get you an Explorer. I am is the king. I am. Intern asking, would you go two-tone Explorer? I would. I like the two-tone Explorer.
I think that's an abomination.
Yeah, I know. I know a lot of people do, but I also like the Tudor Royale, which is also considered to be an abomination by many.
True.
Um, But I do love the two-tone Explorer. I don't love the price, like, even more.
But it kinda negates the point of it being a tool watch, right? That's
Yeah,
where I
I mean, I'm not buying the Explorer because it's a tool watch.
okay, alright,
So,
so
yeah. I know it kinda spits on the heritage maybe, but,
yeah.
uh, two-tone sub does the same, doesn't it? No? Oh, just
Yeah, well,
the two
Rolex is not a company brand anymore that sells tool watches, it's more
yeah,
luxury items or fashion. Not fashion brand, I'm not saying it's a fashion brand, I'm just saying it's like a more of a like, iconic pieces just to wear a lot of people wear it for the sake of wearing it.
yeah.
I do like a lot of the I mean, all the core brands are all awesome, the GMT, the Explorer, the Daytona, um, all these are great. Datejust, would you consider Datejust?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Like, vehemently
What the Cyclops or
yeah, the Cyclops.
okay, okay, just
Yeah.
wanna clarify because these things I don't know, like, it's a nice watch. It's
Yeah.
good Cyclops kills you, okay.
It
It's
if
nice to
it
know that these things, font of the IWC kills you,
yeah.
the Cyclops. So the Submariner how about Submariner Note? But again, it's still less than 7K. That's
I love the Submariner Note 8.
okay.
It's a beautiful watch. I think it's been poisoned by all the copies, right? It's not the fault of the Submariner, but it's just when I see the Submariner, I don't get the what did James May call it? The fizz. I think Dib called it that too, not too long ago. Um, but yeah, I don't get the fizz. Um, Colin mentioned the Oyster Perpetual with the 369 dial. I've considered those as well. Um, when I was looking at them, they were pretty pricey, like
The what was it you were looking at? The
36 mil Oyster
oh,
Perpetual
yeah, yeah.
blue dial with 369. Um, Even the grape dial was really nice. Maybe I was looking at the wrong colors.
How about, Milgauss?
I love the Mule Ghost.
Would you
Just
consider
the
Milgauss? It's a little above 7K, like, pre-owned, I think it's, like, 8-ish
it's just
to 10-ish. It depends on what color dial. If it's
yeah,
a Z Blue that Marcus has, it's now, 5 digits, but if it's, like, the black dial, you probably can get it
yeah,
lower,
yeah.
with the orange hand or, the white dial, probably higher too, so
Um, it's just a bit too big for me.
mhm. Okay,
I think wearing it every day would be a little um cumbersome for me.
okay.
Yeah, I don't say that about a lot of watches, but the Milgauss bit top heavy, bit unpleasant to wear every day. If it was part of a collection, I'd wear it and not think twice about it. But
But it is part of a collection, right? That's what I'm trying to say is, like, you still have the
I
Planet Ocean, you still have
I
this
meant like part of a Rolex collection. Like if that was the
okay, like
only
multiple
Rolex,
brand.
right?
So
Yeah.
you just want one Rolex to represent all the Rolex watches.
No, not necessarily.
Okay,
It's just the Milgauss wouldn't be the first Rolex I get. You know,
okay,
like if I
alright,
were to get a bunch of Rolexes, then
okay,
Milgauss probably the second one, um, maybe the
okay,
third, but
okay,
definitely not the first. The Explorer would
okay,
be the first. Like
okay.
it's really hard to beat the Explorer. Like for me,
Yeah, yeah, I can't blame you.
yeah.
That's, um, y so far as the Rolex Reverso, um, any
Wilson
other
saying
thing?
I cannot detail in a reverso. I would so detail in a reverso, and man, I'd be so happy.
You would put the other face on instead of polo, you'd
Oh
put the
yeah, yeah.
just
I mean,
all
I wouldn't do that
you
because
wouldn't do
the
it?
back
Okay.
would get scratched up and the sapphire would be less scratched, right? Because back then it was a plexiglass,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. So nowadays I wouldn't flip it over to detail, but oh man, I'd be so happy detailing a reverso. I take a little bit of joy in weirdness, like eccentricity. I'm a really eccentric guy in some ways. Like like I detail in dress shoes. Like I detail in dress shoes. I wear the best clothes that I can, and I feel great, you know? Um, if I could detail wearing a tie, I would. I would wear a tie. I'd wear a suit in detail. Like, just oh, if only I could. And that reverso would match that suit so well. Uh,
Okay.
I
All
do
right.
get picked on because I wear dress shoes when I'm detailing, but
Sure.
I don't mind it at all. And make fun of me. I'm feeling great. My feet feel good because 'cause they're good leather shoes. People think dress shoes don't feel good, but, dress shoes feel better. Basketball is probably the best shoes. Like, basketball is top tier for detailing, but, nice dressy boots, oh, just feel good. Sorry, sorry.
This is gonna be so interesting, wearing a reverse, so I'm just imagining dress shoes detailing.
Yeah,
That's okay.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
people bug me at work. They say, "Your shoes look cleaner than when you started your day today." 'Cause I mean, every time I spray down a car, I go and I clean my shoes because get all the water off it, right? Um, and maybe makes me take an extra 10 seconds to finish a car, but yeah, I think
Nice.
that the fact that I feel good all day through, I don't feel like a slob or and I'm not saying people who don't wear nice clothes are slobs, or I'm not saying that, and I don't think they should feel like slobs, but I just like wearing nice clothes, you know? Um, sorry, that was a hard left turn. Um, oh, intern saying No Most Metro Gang Reserve would be a great watch for you.
Uh, um, and just to before we pivot away from JLC, any other brands, any other models from JLC, like like the Master Date, stuff like that? No.
Maybe the sector dial, but
Okay.
that's, uh, that's about all. Like, I used to like the Memo Box, the Polaris Memo Box. It'd be
Mhm.
too big for me, but, um, yeah. It's just the Reverso or the sector dial.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Polaris, nothing like that, right? And you have Planet Ocean anyway, so probably wouldn't be useful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Um,
do you move to another brand?
yep. How about Cartier? Since you were talking dressy watches,
Ah, yes. Yeah.
there's so many options there. The Tang
Uh,
and the Santos.
b
I mean, Santos
b
Dumont.
Ballon Bleu? Blue? Ballon Bleu?
Whichever color, there's different colors you want. We can go through those too. I think you can probably get those.
Let's do this.
Uh, it is. I do have to say, I've owned the Santos
Yeah?
Dumont, the white one. I own the large. There's a mid-sized one too. Um, it's their interchangeable straps. Um, it is polished bezel though. I don't know if you're
Oh, no, it doesn't matter to me.
okay. So that's the only thing that was kind of the same, but it's a great, great watch to wear. Um,
Oh, so good. That's so beautiful.
okay.
I
Do you
would
prefer a round case?
No,
Um,
no, not necessarily.
okay, that looks
I
nice. Yeah.
yeah. I would wear, the Ballon Bleu. I know I'm probably butchering that name, or, Santos Medium. So I wouldn't mind the polished bezel. Santos Medium probably would fit me really, really well.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, that is so good too. Oh, man. I could have Cartier collection.
Yeah. I mean, this is probably, like, high up there for considering it, it doesn't if you buy pre-owned, I mean, it loses a little bit of value when you buy pre-owned, but not like it retains value pretty well too.
Yeah.
It's that's a nice watch.
68 oh, $6,800, that's it? Oh, man. My
But,
mind
like,
has
if
been
you like,
poisoned.
pre-owned, maybe it's definitely cheaper, um, and again, you have the interchangeable strap,
Yeah.
um, and I believe the mid-size doesn't have a date though, right? Uh,
Oh, I don't yeah, I don't mind the
yeah,
date.
I'm just letting you know. The large will have a date, the mid-size at 6, I believe, but,
Okay.
great, great watch, blue hands,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, this is very me too.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
the white
and
dials.
before I get into any further, different I don't know if there's different color for the mid-size, but You're okay with the font, right?
Oh, I love the font.
Okay, okay, that's good.
The font is good here.
Okay,
It's,
yeah.
yeah.
I believe you can get this for definitely less than 6. Um,
Ooh, ooh, that's a nice website, Cartier.
yeah,
Cartier.
that's what
Oh, Cart
that's when you know you have more as much money or more than, Rolex, and you can, I think
manipulate
Cartier's
the watch.
the
Oh, do you think I can undo the clasp? Nope. I cannot do that. That would be a step too far, I suppose.
yeah. The
Oh,
only thing that, and again, if you zoom into the bracelet, the screws are not, like, perfectly aligned, like, if you think of an AP, the bezel, the screws, they're
oh,
yeah,
I
so
see.
you know what I mean? I don't know if that's gonna I was okay with it.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Okay, okay,
It's not
that's
ideal, but
yeah,
I'd be okay with that.
it's a great watch.
Oh,
So Cartier Santos would be up in your differential, well, not
oh yeah.
differential, I shouldn't say
Yeah,
differential, but
I would
your,
100% rather have this than a Rolex Explorer.
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, alright, gotcha. Alright, I mean, I'm not saying against it, this is probably definitely a more and you never owned a Cartier either, right?
No, no.
Okay.
I've had
It
the pleasure of trying this on, but,
okay. Is your 80 a Cartier dealer?
unfortunately not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
Um,
think 80s give discounts on Cartiers either.
no,
They go for full retail, I believe. But if you buy pre-owned, that's what I'm trying to say.
right. This is a 33 mil, isn't it? 42. Is there something in the middle? 36. There we go.
Mm,
There we go. Yeah, I'd probably take the Santos over this.
okay. How about the tank? Just because we're talking Cartier here, so the regular, maybe there's so many different types, solar beat or just a regular tank on
I
a strap.
I am intrigued by the Solar Beat.
Hmm.
Um, I don't like the. I don't know how to pronounce that. Francais? Is it Francais? I don't like the Francais.
Okay,
But I do like this model, like the regular model. Must, I guess, right?
but the Cartier, okay,
Um. Oh, okay. So this is the Solar Beat or the quartz?
that's a quartz, I believe. I don't. The solar beat is only on a strap,
Okay.
and that's
I
only it's only I shouldn't say it's only, but it's 3,000 I think
yeah.
retail. So it's hard to get, but and you can get it secondary. It's
I
small. It wears small,
yeah.
but if you're okay with that, yeah, it wears pretty. But I like you're one of your favorite YouTubers. Uh,
Yes. You're
had it.
terrific.
You're terrific. I don't, does he still have? I didn't check. Forgot if he still has it on his latest video, but I don't know if
Oh.
that's going to be on Watch Soup. By the way, plug in for tomorrow. Watch Soup.
Yeah, join us
Evan
to watch
is
it
yeah. So guys, more Sanjay
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, would you like this or did you like the Cardi Santos Dumont?
I do like the Santos better.
Okay, okay. I think then we're good with Cartier then. I think
Yeah.
that's we have a good thing. The mid-size Cartier, you probably could get it for like 5 to 6.
Yeah.
I'm glad you went through that brand.
Yeah. Great,
Um,
great suggestion. I wouldn't even considered it,
I,
if
I
you
never
hadn't
thought that
mentioned
you would say it's above Explorer, but I can't argue for or against that because
it.
um,
I'd
both
like
are
to
great.
see the comments after that. Carl, thank you for the super chat. That's very kind. Ball engineer Marvelite. Ooh, not a huge ball fan. Are you familiar with this one?
No,
I know Tim also loves ball. Wait. Um. Uh, it's it's all right.
we should have you like put like those scores like in Olympics, 8 out of 10. Then it's okay, it's all right. They're great. I mean, I've heard only good reviews from Ball
Yeah.
watch owners, so I can't
I
say
mean,
anything. I
this,
haven't tried them on.
what would you call this? Like the rainbow indices? That's kinda
Mhm.
cool. But, the Cyclops is a huge
Yeah.
eyesore.
Okay.
That's a nice color. Yeah, I mean, it's alright. I'm sure it has, some standout features. I have to look into it. Not in the running though, so unfortunately, Carl. Um, Thomas asking how often do you change your spring bars in your watches? Um, I don't have watches long enough to change spring bars. No, I think about, on my SPG Y003 before I sold it, I changed it about once a year. Like, I discarded the spring bars after about a year. I threw them away, so, um I just Stepan saying, "Just imagine the JLC flying through the room sliding on the crystal." Oh, oh, that would hurt. Intern mentioning I could detail in a bow tie. I could I don't like bow ties, that's the thing. I prefer neckties, like regular ties. Um, let's see. Master Control Sector Dials of Beauty says, Thomas. Santos Medium would be good for Sanjay. There you go. Colin agrees. Cartier drive to Cartier, extra flat or ultra thin? Drive. That's not like the Roadster, is it?
I love the Roadster and the Roadster is probably an option that you have, but it's kind of a little like you said about the Milgauss.
Yeah.
The Roadster probably wouldn't be your first Cartier to get.
Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't be. Hey, Dib's here. Good to see you, Dib. I'm not sure what I said. What? Maybe that I said that I'd had the Santos over. Maybe Santos over the Explorer.
But I think they're comparable, like, both pretty highly regarded brands. I don't see, again, Rolex definitely better, you know, you know, secondary value, but I think Cardi doesn't lose that much. I mean, it loses a little bit, but great watches. And forget about the price. That's the
Yeah.
one thing.
Yeah.
But the watches in general, I think I think the only thing drawback for the Cartier is it scratches easily the bezel. Um,
Yeah.
that's in my experience. I loved wearing it, the Cartier,
Yeah.
and just the easy changeability is you don't have to worry about your spring bars
Yeah.
either.
That's true. Uh, Simon says the Cartier Santos Medium is also under my radar, but not for now. Still enjoying my DHS 36. Diamond set fluted motif blue dye. Ooh, very interesting choice. That sounds like it would be very good looking. Fluted on Jubilee. That's the right way. It's the right way to do it. In my opinion, I should say. Scott says he owns the Explorer 36, newest in the Cartier Santos medium, and Cartier is nicer. There you go.
Mhm.
Uh, Colin might be able to get me taxes off on the Cartier. That's significant in Canada, like
How much is it?
13%.
13. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I would go for that. Oh man, now I want a Santos.
I think there's a video which was really nice. Was Houdinki had a video by Steve Pulverin
Yeah,
on the Cartier Santos meeting, the watch you were talking about. I believe he has one. Really, it was really interesting too, if I remember correctly. This is from like 3, 4 years ago, I guess. Um, but uh, the Cartier Dumont locker, that's another one that. But again, I don't know.
is this the watch Dib wants? Like this
Hmm.
is Dib's watch,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
it's so. Again, I really liked it too. Not the black one. I like the cream one. Those are the
Okay.
3 ones. So,
Oh, they're
um,
gorgeous.
they all are beautiful. The left one is the platinum, the middle one is the cream color gold, and the right one is the stainless steel.
Mm,
The left 2 models are limited edition releases, I think 200 or 250.
okay.
I know for a fact that the middle one is all sold out.
Okay.
Um, the left one, I think there's maybe 1 or 2 pieces still available. The right one at least is regular production.
Hmm.
So if I mean, you have to wait a while, but you'll eventually get it.
Dib's still
Uh,
waiting.
yeah, it's not an easy piece to acquire, um, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it's beautiful. I think I'd still go with the regular Cartier
yeah.
Santos, but that's a beauty. Marcus F saying Solar Beat is mostly unavailable. Tank has to come on a strap, says Thomas. I agree, but I would buy it on a bracelet and then put it on a strap if I were to go tank. Dan says embrace your French side for pronunciation. Uh, Dib saying Cartier is probably the posture watch than the Explorer. Explorer better? No.
Well, that's subjective too, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
both are great watches. I'm not saying anything against either watch.
Like even
Um,
spec for spec, they're similar, right? The Santos is 100 meters, Explorer is 100 meters,
mhm.
no screw down crowns, right? Oh no, the Explorer has
No,
screw.
Explorer has, but I just feel like the the interchangeable for you personally is probably going to, might be more beneficial from the Cartier standpoint. I personally would probably, even though I'm losing Cartier, I would probably say the Rolex Explorer probably be the better.
Yeah,
That'd be my number one, personally speaking. Number two would be Cartier Santos, probably. But then again, you're not that type. There's other brands out there too, like Panerai. I don't think you're. Are you interested in Panerai?
nah,
Okay.
nah.
um, I'm
I
just
I mean
thinking.
I will like if I see someone wearing a Panerai, I'll still go up to him and be like, "Can I see your watch?" But wouldn't buy one for me. Like I
Okay.
admire a Panerai, but yeah, it's definitely not for me. Even the Due. I know that's not considered a Panerai by many Paneristi, but as much as I like the Due, it would fit me. I still don't really love it. You know?
And I'm not going into Omega because I think you've already have one. So I'm not going into Aquaterra's Speedmasters again.
Yeah,
Um,
Paul
um,
was mentioning
Railmaster.
Aquaterra's best competitor.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean those are. I just only feeling like you've owned multiple Omegas at one point before too.
yeah,
Um, I just feel like it might not stay long, but if you have a Cartier or Rolex, I think it might stay longer.
I think so too. I think so too.
Um,
Like a whole month longer.
30 days longer.
Colin is saying anything from Glasuta Original Panama Reserve. I do like their Panamatic Lunar, but that's huge, isn't it? Like 42. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
What's your size that you want? Like that's the other question I forgot to
Like
ask. Like,
36 to 38 would be ideal.
okay,
Yeah. Leonard would ask that question. Um, let's see. CK859 says Thomas. Oh, we caught up with the chat. I didn't think we would. I'm glad. Um, CK859. That sounds familiar. Are you familiar with that reference number?
that's the one that was just discontinued, right? The
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
that was 1 year production, small seconds, whatever.
Yeah, with the funky logo.
Yeah, I was a big fan of it, but it has a vintage look to it.
It is really nice. I do love I love this. I just don't love the logo. Just I know it's like period accurate, but ooh, I messed up there. Sorry, but the heart likes what the heart likes, and the heart doesn't like what the heart doesn't like. Yeah, I can't even like say if Omega changed the logo, it would be better because Omega shouldn't change the logo. It's just not for me.
Okay.
It's just yeah. Oh, just so nice though. So nice.
I'm just thinking of anything else because you said 36 to 38. That kind of
A
throws
wrench.
a wrench, but again, it helps you out to restrict yourself to like again. Chaz was just mentioning Panerai Due, but it's
Great for the ladies.
still in there.
Scott
Maybe
saying Santos is exponentially greater. Lots of greater signs than the Explorer 36 as an owner. I am inclined to Scott's position,
the
even as
Cartier
a
wears very thin. I don't know which is a thinner watch, the Rolex Explorer 36 or the Cartier Santos 36 Dumont. But the Cartier felt it feels very thin when you wear it
yeah
on the wrist, especially with the curved case. The case is slightly curved, so it goes on your wrist. It's it's nice.
yeah.
But again, personally, I would probably take the Rolex Explorer 36. But these two are, I mean, it's 1A and 1B, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I might actually really want to go try out Santos now again.
Yeah, I think that's definitely you should think about it. And um, I mean, just check out all the videos. Um, I'm pretty sure Steve Holleran had one
Yeah,
now up one of the Cardi Santos when it got released, which was really interesting and explore. Explorer is 11 millimeters. How much is the Cartier Santos? What medium?
I think it's like 9 or something
Yeah, it's
ridiculous.
probably maybe even thinner.
Yeah,
Both are, but
I
again,
wouldn't.
you're not against thick watches either, right? So it doesn't
No,
matter.
to a certain extent, I'm good with thickness. Um, just
I'm
search
just
medium,
my
right?
my mind is racing, but I don't know any other watches between 36 and 38 millimeters for 7K. And I'm taking Omega out of it. Besides the Cartier Reverso, IWC is
It,
39. The Spitfire is 39, but you don't like the font. Um, Rolex 36 millimeter
yeah.
Datejust and anything. Anybody, any, I don't know if the chat has anything else from that specific. It's like a search engine, 36 millimeter. Okay, has to be good font.
Oh, I
Uh,
mean, it can go up to 40. Like ideally, it's 36 to
but
38, but I
ideally,
don't.
when you're
Yeah,
paying that much money, you need ideally. I don't
yeah,
think you should settle for something. Um, uh,
yeah. Catch up your bits with that. Like TGV reference. Um.
tag heuer, I guess,
Oh
might be another one, but
no,
nothing. No.
no. I'm trying to. Are there any other brands we can quickly look at?
I'm just thinking here. I'm looking through Richemont, IWC, Cartier, JLC. Um, uh, I mean, Longines
Zenith.
has. I mean, Zenith. Yeah, actually,
Yeah,
Zenith LVMH. I
yeah,
forgot about LVMH. Zenith. You want a three-hander, right? So maybe like the Zenith Defy, like
yeah. Like they
pre-owned.
have the ladies' watch, like the that I've been considering, or in the past I've considered. Um, is it the Skyline or no? Not the Skyline. Stars. Uh,
Just
Google that and
looking
see.
up. Yeah.
Okay, so minus the diamonds, it was this watch.
Uh, yeah,
I know.
Zenith Classic. That's what I was thinking about. Zenith Classic.
Defy Midnight. Zenith Classic. So I think the one Joey had. Does Joey still have it? the classic, right? High classic. Yeah, that's the one Joey had. That one's really nice. I could go for that one. And look at that. Under budget. Yeah, yeah. That's a good one. And I think that was oh, did I lose you? Sorry, I was looking at the wrong screen.
That's okay.
I was um I think this was 40 millimeter
Ye
because Keith and I were
yeah.
talking about this one.
Yeah, the Zenith Defy, that was the one I was thinking, but I don't know if it comes in at 36 or 38. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
a beautiful watch, Zenith Defy.
So the smaller one is the ladies one. I think it's a
Okay.
34.
I would probably put this below the Cartier and the Rolex, either way. I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
don't
I
know.
would too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
In your
It's
heart of hearts, you're thinking the same thing.
yeah. It's nice, but it's definitely can't compete with either the Rolex or the Cartier.
Okay. Okay.
The thing is both those brands are so high profile, right?
I
Cartier.
I think those watches are not high profile though. Like those
Santos?
no, no, those watches are iconic, but they're not like high profile. Like they're not like in your face. You can
Right.
still wear them pretty decently. Both the Rolex Explorer and Cartier Santos Dumont on a strap look pretty nice. Uh, I I I again, it's personal preference. I probably take the Explorer, but you would probably take the Santos Dumont. And I've owned, funny enough, I've owned the Santos Dumont, but I never owned a Rolex Explorer.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
but I'm just feeling that I'm thinking about your current collection of the Planet Ocean and the Grand Seiko. And I feel like you'll probably get rid of what Grand Seiko, the Sea of Clouds, and the Longines for this. I feel like either one is going to be a great addition, right? Like a Planet Ocean, the Grand Seiko, and a Rolex Explorer, and or a Cartier Santos medium size. I think both that'd be a really good three watch collection
Yeah.
that you'll feel content with at least
Yeah.
for a period of time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, on that note, and on that bombshell, uh, yeah, I think it would be a good time to call it a night.
Yeah, sounds
I
great.
will I will I will go check out another Santos soon, hopefully.
Great, that's good.
Um, yeah. So just a couple of quick plugs. We've got Watch Soup happening on the Bobby Legs YouTube channel. Go check that out. Join us. We'll talk about a couple of videos. Timepiece Gentleman's very dramatic episode with a couple of ADs, not ADs, dealers. What else? Got Federico's video about getting a better deal and some kind of review. I forget. But all those videos are already on Rob's channel, Bobby Legs' channel. Um, do you have anything you'd like to plug? No.
Now watch Soup tomorrow.
Yeah. Thomas, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You're too kind. Um, yeah, very kind. Thank you. Also, Pengineer Wannabe YouTube channel. I won't plug that often, but that is their link in the description just to chat about other stuff that might not be suitable to chat about here. All right, guys. Hope you all have a great week. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye,
Peace.
guys.